Acting with Mickey freaking Rourke right now. Like this is insane. And yeah, man, it's just we had a good time, man.
That was awesome. Anytime I
Yeah.
see Mickey working anything, I'm like, okay, if I get the time, I'm gonna go ahead and watch that. He just,
Yeah.
it's just like, all right, no, I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, Pope of Greenwich Village. Like whenever that's on, I'll watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, and even I know not everybody loves Iron Man 2, but I love that's my favorite Iron Man movies. Iron Man 2 and Mickey Rourke kills it in that as
Yeah.
well.
And the wrestler. Like
Yeah, oh my god,
I was in my acting class last night, and because I like to go in and dabble and like just kind of like get inspired for ideas, and my teacher there, Ivana Chubbuck, she's so great. Like she's worked with some of the biggest stars, from Brad Pitt to Halle Berry to Charlize Theron to like Jaimin Hunso to like a lot of their Oscar award like winning like films. And they did a scene from The Wrestler.
that's
And I
awesome.
was like, I had to tell her, I was like, I forgot to tell you, I got a movie coming out on Thursday. I don't know why I didn't tell you. And she's like, what? That's great. I'm like, Mickey Rourke's in it, and they just did the scene from The Wrestler. And I was just like, it just reminded me of it. It's just such a good movie.
That's awesome. I love it too. I feel like in the early 2000s ish, there were so many great wrestling and boxing movies and fighting movies
Yeah.
in general. That
Yeah.
being one of them as well. Um,
Yeah.
and I've been meaning to ask you. So, did you curl at all before this film?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm from Hawaii, born and raised. So I moved out to LA, 20 something years ago. And so in Hawaii, we have one ice rink and they don't do curling there. Or I don't, at least I don't think they do. But no, yeah, honestly, this is my first time doing curling. And we literally we did all the curling scenes at the end of the movie so that we could get all the other location shots and all that kind of stuff out, and then we kind of just finished the movie at the ice rink, for the last like 5 days. um, but they set up a training day where we shot this in Providence, Rhode Island, and Warwick and like all those areas, and they set up a training session with a curling club that was just over the state border in Massachusetts. And I think it was called Brookstone. I think it was Brookstone Club. Some of the nicest people, the pros there we were working with, they were so welcoming. They were like, all right, well, we're going to get you on the ice and we're going to teach you the things and we're going to, we're going to get you out there. And then some of them actually in the movie play, I think for every team that you see,
Mhm.
Jamaica, Japan, all the different teams, there's one of the pros is on each team.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, so it's kind of like everybody kind of got a little cameo too. Germany, the guy shooting for Germany is like he's the best. He was one of our pros there that was just like so welcoming and like just taught me all the things. Um, but yeah, I'd never done it before. And, the day we went up there with like a bunch of the cast and crew so that everybody could kind of get used to being on the ice and knowing what the shots are and how the game works and like all that kind of stuff. So we could sort of, figure out how to make it look as best as possible. And we had such a blast. It was so great. And the roaring game technically is the name of the sport. In a way, it's called the roaring game because that's the sound the stone makes as it comes down the ice. Hence the name of the movie.
Let's say, well, yeah, because in um, at least around where I live,
Hmm.
curling's not like huge, but there's every single town has a curling place. And growing
Yeah.
up, I had a girlfriend that curled every single week, and I went
No
and
way.
saw her doing that. So like, then seeing this movie, sorry, then seeing the trailer for this movie, I was like, this is sick. Like I don't know, like this is like, anytime was
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah, that's just it's
Oh my
cool.
God. You know what it is? It's like bowling or shuffleboard on ice.
That's the
And
perfect
then
way. Yeah,
and because it was invented in Scotland, there's like a little bit of a drinking element to it sometimes. Depends on what club you're at, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But we were at the club in Brookstone, and it's like they have a bar there, and it's like, when you take a break, you go have a beer, you go back. You're like, it's like it's just like they make it a fun thing too, and everybody's there. Like it brings people together. It's such I got hooked. I'm like, I wish they had I'm trying to look for a curling ring here in LA, like a curling club, and see if they have something because I'll go and I'll play.
that's awesome. I'll say, I know you briefly mentioned Hawaii. I just want to say my wife and I went to Honolulu in
Yeah.
September. and we were there for around a week in Oahu and had a great time. I want to go back. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm from is Honolulu, which is on the island of Oahu, which is like our main island, with Waikiki, Honolulu, all that stuff. So, yeah, that's where I grew up, man. It's the best place in the world.
I've never had such fast food service and great food from Duke's before. That was amazing.
Yeah,
I,
Duke's is
I
great. Duke's is if you're in Waikiki, you have to go to Duke's for sure.
we also stayed at the same hotel at the hotel within Duke's, so
Oh,
like it was perfect.
it was the Sheraton there,
Yeah,
or it's the yeah, just down
yeah,
below. Oh my God, it's so great. My parents and brother still live there, like in Waikiki area. When I go back, I visit and like I love it because it's like Oahu gets a little bit of the city life, and you can go like the other side of the island, and it's peaceful and it's quiet, and nobody will bother you.
yeah. We
You
did
know?
the Jurassic Park tour there at a Cocoa
Oh
Ranch.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, Kualoa. Yeah, Kualoa Ranch. Yeah, they shot all the Jurassic Park, well, part of the Jurassic Park movies out there. Some of they did in Kauai, like some of the big valley shots where they have to make it look, like real jungly. They did some of that stuff on the other islands because it's a little more, it's a little more green and lush. But yeah, Kualoa was definitely that was the original. That's what they did it, man. They shoot everything out at Kualoa. They did 51st Dates,
yeah.
Adam Sandler's movie. They did uh, Along Came Polly, with Ben Stiller and all those guys. Yeah, they shoot a lot out there.
Yeah, it was awesome seeing all of the like little where they have all the signs where like the shot from the movie was. I'm like, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that. That's cool. Like that was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So out of the cast, who do you think is the best curler out of all of you?
I'm not gonna
Who's
lie.
the best player?
I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty damn good. I was pretty damn good. No, Joe, we all had a good time. I don't know who was the best. I was probably say, most of the time when we were shooting the shots and stuff like that, we kind of made John Fiore the shooter, and he was kind of having a fun time with it, slipping and sliding on the ice and stuff. But I don't know. I would say I was pretty good, and I'm a little competitive, so I was. I'd probably say me, not to be conceited, but I think I might have been like a little bit better.
It's awesome. uh, so what what would you like if given an opportunity? What would
Mhm.
you like to see from a sequel of this film?
That's a good question. Yeah, we haven't really talked about it with the guys. We always joke about it. We're like, we're doing number two. Uh, I'd probably say, um, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see us go from the World Games to the Olympic Games.
Okay, sweet, because that was
You know what
exactly
I
what I was
mean?
gonna say. So
Just let's blow this thing up. Let's get out there. Like that's what I was hoping is we could do something out there in the Winter Olympics this year, and go out and sit in the crowd and like heckle some of the players and stuff from the crowd. Just have us there, our team, and just be like, "Come on, you call that a curl? What the heck is that?" And then just get kicked out of the Olympics. That was my idea. Nobody, they was like, "I don't think that's gonna happen." I'm like, "Okay."
yeah, that's that's funny though, because like when watching the trailer, I was like, there's been a couple times where I've watched trailers for movies. I'm like, if this does really well, I could see a sequel being greenlit, and I could see
Yeah.
so many things happening immediately. I was like, I want to see them go to the Olympics. That would be cool.
Yes, yeah. It's like what's the that singing Eurovision, whatever Will Ferrell. Like, I feel like we could just do something crazy in Europe and like have like a sequel somewhere in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, God willing, I hope all the success comes with this movie. It
Uh,
looks so like it was such a good experience, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to take my wife to it and have a good
Uh,
laugh.
Thanks, man. I think you're really going to enjoy it. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it because it's a really good heartfelt comedy, and it's the lovable loser boy turning into a man, like growing up into a man, finding another calling for himself he never realized, and trying to get the girl back, and you know, uh, um, and the team aspect of it, bringing the boys together, bringing his brother and his best friend Hank, and bringing sorry, that was I don't know why I'm getting a call come through. Urgh, ring off. His brother and his best friend Hank, and his uncle, John Fiore, and then the dad, just bringing the whole team together. It's such a really good, like, feel good film. In the end.
Yeah, and that speaking of that, what is 3 words that you would describe? Are you 3 words you'd use to describe Ricky?
Uh, oh, that's a good question. Let me think about that. I would say he's stubborn because, I'd say he's stubborn in a way. I think that he's ambitious underneath it all, but I think in the beginning of the film, he's depressed, you know?
Yep.
And then when the movie kind of goes, he gets this fire again, breaking his girlfriend breaking up with him gives him that fire again to like overcome his injury that he had as because he was supposed to be a star hockey player and then he got injured. And then he became a janitor and then he was living this lie of being a bounty hunter.
What do you do, Rick? I'm a fugitive recovery agent. What, like a bounty hunter?
Some kid just puked his guts out. I need my top janitor, okay?
And that is nowhere near the truth. And it kind of just lit a fire under his ass, so then he kind of becomes, the boy who grows into a man.
That's awesome. Speaking of that relationship, what was it like having to essentially play opposite Justin Chatwin as like the new boyfriend?
Justin, oh my God, we have mutual friends. There was a friend of ours, that said, I know Justin. Oh my God, he's so great. You guys are gonna be so great together. So, and I had never worked with him before, but I used to watch him on Shameless all the time. I mean, with first season of Shameless was some of my favorite TV at that time. We were watching Shameless all the time. He's great, man. I think he's just such a terrific actor, and he came up with this character that literally is like anybody who knows Canadian hockey is like, I know 100 guys that are like that and talk like that and look like that and he came up with this crazy character and he had the teeth, the fake teeth, the false teeth in, and he kind of came up with this voice when he's the Canadian hockey player, right? And I remember him turning to me at one point. He's like, "Is it too much?" I'm like, "No, it's awesome and it's fantastic. You have to keep doing this. It's amazing." And so it was great, man. I mean, his character is really going to stand out because he's just such a good, like, talented dude.
So yeah, the second that I saw him in the trailer on your Instagram, I was
Mhm.
like, oh, this is gonna be good. Like, 'cause I noticed the teeth
Yeah.
right away. I'm like, something looks off. And now that you mentioned it,
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's so hard for me to not see Steve from Shameless, like Jimmy Steve. And
Right.
so
Right.
seeing him in this, I'm like, okay, I can differentiate the two now. But it's just
Yeah.
like you said, the Shameless that first season. Like I don't know, I just when I think of Justin Chatwin, that's immediately what I think of.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the love story of the show that first season,
Yeah.
right? That was him trying to be with, Emmy and Emmy Rossum's character, and like keeping the family together, and like he was really impactful in that show. He was really great at it. Um, but yeah, he came up with this crazy character, and I'm just like, I'm so excited for people to see it.
I am too. And to be honest with you, I think that's about all I have for questions. I know that I
Yeah.
think the Zoom is gonna kick me off here in about 6 minutes.
Oh.
Um, but with that being said, what if you had if you had a minute and a half to tell people why you think that they should go see this film, what would you say?
I would say that it's going to be the curling comedy of the century. And that being said, because there really isn't any other curling comedies, this is kind of the first one. But no, it brings that. This movie brings that Kingpin, dodgeball, Blades of Glory feel uh, about curling to the big screen. And we have some of the most talented actors. Like we had just had such a great cast. Honestly, everybody who was in this movie, like we didn't have one bad day. We were literally like everybody's just laughing constantly on set and just making each other laugh and like have fun. The Verdi production crew, like who put this together, are just like some of the nicest people. And Tom DiNucci, our Sergeant at Arms, our director and writer, wrote a fantastic script and directed the shit out of it. And honestly, it's a really fun, heartfelt comedy, and you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna have the best time, and you're gonna get a new, like, profound love for the sport of curling, I think. Uh, and and you'll have to see us. You have to see if Rickey and the boys get the gold.
Oh, sweet. Well, thank you. I'm so glad also that you mentioned Kingpin. That's one of my favorite movies. That's such a classic.
Well, we have Vanessa Angel in the
Yeah.
movie too. She's awesome. She's the sweetest person. And she was saying the same thing too. She's like, "Oh my God, I read this script and it was just like, it felt like Kingpin." And she was so happy to do it. She was like, "Oh my God, I have to do this. It's great."
When I saw the trailer, I mean, I had that feeling right away too. I'm like, this
Yeah.
feels like 12 different movies that like I remember watching growing up and being like, I want to play that sport now, or I want to
Yes,
do that
yes,
thing now.
yes. Exactly. And that's what it's going to make you feel.
Especially too with that Rocky 4 mention in the trailer.
We are the defending gold medalists.
We're gonna kick your ass.
You silly Americans. You watch too much Rocky 4.
Rocky 4. You silly Americans. You watch too much Rocky 4. Brett was great. He came up with this great Russian dude. And I love Brett. Brett's great. No, we have so many cool characters, man. Everybody who sees this is going to laugh and cry, and it's going to be great.
Sweet. Well, I'm excited and I cannot wait. The movie comes out, I believe, this Thursday.
Yes, comes out this Thursday, February 6th. We have select theaters, and then we're definitely on Apple TV. I saw it last night. We're up for pre-order right now on Apple TV. So everybody out there, pre-order your movie, watch it a million times, tell your friends, and maybe even make a drinking game out of it. I don't know.
Sweet. Well, I'll make sure to as well. I'll put the link to that pre-order as well as any ticket sites that have it available in the description of
great.
this interview as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really all I have. I thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me and talk to me about this film. I'm so excited for it.
Thanks, Caden. Thank you for having me. Honestly,
of course.
seriously, like you know, everybody who's kind of locking onto this movie is the best. So I appreciate your time too, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Like they said that you go back to like acting class and inspired. There's this movie that I love watching once a month. I rewatch it. It's called A Bronx Tale.
Such a good movie.
I watched it when I was like 4 or 5 growing up with my dad, and every single month when I need to feel something, I go and watch that movie. I throw it on quick.
It's one of the best movies. Anytime that movie is on, I'll watch it. Oh my God, the lead mob guy,
Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz Palminteri. He wrote that whole thing, man.
And he still does the one-man show now too.
I know, and it's so cool. Like it's like, you hear stories like that. Like at first, I saw the movie and I was just like, "Oh, it's a movie. Okay, cool. It's a great movie." Blah blah blah. And then you find out that he was the guy who created and wrote it and did all that stuff. And I'm just like, you have that much more admiration for that actor and the talent that he has and stuff, too.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite. I love that movie. Yeah, good choice. Good choice, Caden.
Thank you. I always tell my wife, I was like, if we have a kid, he's gonna be just like Claudio. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's about to kick me off here, but again, thank you so much for taking the time. Have a great day.
Hey, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
I hope the rest of your day and your daughter's birthday party, or birthday goes well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Okay, you too, bud.
Bye.
Bye.